Quiet.
There's the school bell.
All right, now this building that we are sitting in is a one-room school. It was built in the 1870s, about 4 miles to the south of here. When they got done, it was built as a public school. When they got done with it as a public school, it was brought over to the Arboretum, the flower place, about a mile west of here. There it was getting vandalized. And so finally, the Battle Creek Historical Society said to the village one day, "We've got a schoolhouse, how'd you like it?" The village goes, "Great, we got stories we can tell on it." And then they said, "We got a log cabin, how'd you like that too?" And the village goes, "Great, we got stories we can tell on that too." Wow, they were doing so good. They said, "Well, we got a red barn, how'd you like that too?" The village goes, "Wow, we've always wanted a red barn." So 3 of these buildings were given to us by the Battle Creek Historical Society, and we always like to say thank you when we come in. Now, back in the 1870s, there was a few things required of a public school teacher. Number one is they had to be here 1 hour before their students. The second thing they had to do was bring a bucket of coal. Well, obviously, the bucket of coal is for the fireplace. Now, in this room here, there's a fireplace right in the center of the room. So the students near the fireplace would probably be very warm. Once the outside of the classrooms, probably not quite so warm. Another thing that teacher had to have before the students got there was a bucket of water with a dipper in it. Now, what do you think this bucket of water with the dipper was?
To drink.
Exactly. This is the drinking fountain.
Oh,
So if you
I thought
got
it was to
thirsty,
pour on
you
the
come up here,
students if they didn't
you
wake
drink,
up.
you take that dipper out, you drink it, and you put it back in the bucket. Now, little Mary, who has the measles, and Mom sent her to school, got thirsty, she drank out of that same dipper in that bucket. Remember I told you the average life expectancy was just under 40 years, and that's another reason why. Because the kids were drinking out of the same bucket. Well, by that time, the students would be gathering outside, so the teacher would have to call them in. Now, I've got a young man here. I'm going to see if he can help me call the students in. You want to help me call the students in? Now,
This is Noah.
Noah, would you like to help me call? All right, now you're going to hear a bell ring, so just don't jump. One back here.
Is it a rope? Is it on a rope?
All right, Noah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these earphones on you so you're protected from the noise.
Okay.
Put your foot on this thing right here. Push down as hard and fast as you can.
So how? Oh.
Whoa! Holy cow! Wow! Whoa! That was a loud bell.
Yeah, that's an old school bell, isn't it?
I thought you had a hand bell.
It does sound that way.
Somebody's attention real quick.
Was there a ship in here? Alright, now when the students would come in, there's 2 closets in the back of this classroom here. The boys would put their coats in one closet, and the girls would put their coats in the other closet. That was the Quaker way of doing things back in those days.
Yep.
Now you know, I'll tell you when we get to the next building, it has 2 doors. Men would come in one door, women would come in the other door. Here the students could come in the same door together, their coats just weren't allowed to cohabitate. I don't know what they thought their coats were going to do.
Yeah, marry each other.
Yeah.
Really.
Alright, in here we talk about Seventh-day Adventist education. Now, the year was 1868, and there was a gentleman by the name of Goodloe Harper Bell. He was a broken-down school teacher, and he was in the Western Health Reform Institute. Mr. Bell was not a Seventh-day Adventist, but his roommate, Mr. Osborne, was. So every night when Mr. Osborne thought Mr. Bell was sound asleep, he'd slip out of his bed, he'd go across the floor, he'd kneel down next to Mr. Bell's bed and pray for his soul out loud. Now, eventually Mr. Bell became curious, took some Bible studies, and became a Seventh-day Adventist. Amen. Now, the Western Health Reform Institute, it worked on the principles of good water, good food, fresh air, sunshine, and exercise. Well, one day, Edson White, the second son of James John White, saw Mr. Bell exercising by cutting firewood. He found out he was a school teacher. So he went down to him and said, "Sir, some friends and I want to few tutors in grammar." Well, Mr. Bell wasn't going anywhere, so he said, "Yeah, I can tutor a few boys in grammar." The next day, 14 boys showed up. 2 of the white boys, Edson and Willie. 2 were Kellogg, John and Will. Mr. Bell was an excellent school teacher, though. His school became known as Bell Select School. He was so good, in fact, that 4 years later, James White said, "We need to take this school over and make it a Seventh-day Adventist school." So on June the 3rd, 1872, the first Seventh-day Adventist school anywhere in the world began here in Battle Creek, Michigan. And it was on the 2nd floor of the old 1855 Review and Herald building. Well, Mr. Bell was such a good school teacher that with those 12 students, 6 weeks into that 12-week semester, he had 25 students. And the school continued to grow. 2 years later, though, in fact, that building was so small they had to build a new one. The school had acquired a new name by now, too. It was called Battle Creek College. And Mrs. White's idea of the Seventh Day Adventist College was that it should be self-supporting. Enough land for gardens, for orchards, and for dairy herds. So when they started looking for land for a new school, they found 40 acres of land north of town here. Mrs. White thought that'd be great land for a school. They found 40 acres of land south of town, down on the lake we have here at Battle Creek. Mrs. White thought that'd be great land for a school too. But the Education Association, in all their wisdom, decided by 12 acres, right dead center in the middle of town, probably sold 5 of those acres off. You can't have self-supporting school on 7 acres of land. That's not enough land for gardens, let alone a dairy herd. Well, that school had some good years, and it had some bad years. But finally, by 1901, they decided that school needed to move. So Mrs. White called one of the administrators into a room at the 1901 General Conference. His name was P.T. McGann, and said, "Percy, we need to move this school." So he and Edmund Sutherland got their bicycles, they put them on a train, and they started going around the state of Michigan. Well, finally, down in the southwest corner of Michigan, they found 272 acres of the most beautiful, fertile farmland in the state of Michigan. This land was absolutely gorgeous. The owner only wanted $18,000 for it. Well, P.T. McGann was so excited, he gave that owner $5 as a down payment. They came back here to Battle Creek, they loaded all the assets to the school on 16 boxcars and they shipped it down to a place called Berrien Springs. Incredibly, the other $17,995 had never even been approved. Now, I don't know if that's faith or presumption, but this time they picked up the option on that land. Now, when that school moved down there, originally they didn't have any buildings. All they had was farmland. So they had to find some buildings to have school in while they were building buildings for the school. So they found an old county courthouse, an old county jail, and an old sheriff's house. And so they rented those. So that first year, if you went to a man missionary college, you could have classes in a jail cell, in the courthouse, and maybe if you got in trouble, you got sent to the sheriff's house. Those three buildings still do exist in some part of downtown Berrien Springs, Michigan. Now, that school now has a new name. In 1960, it was given a new name. It's called J.N. Andrews University. From the small beginnings here in Battle Creek, Michigan, of 12 students, 144 years ago, on any given school day, the average school system now has 1.8 million students around the world in 146 countries. We have 7,800 schools and universities, and over 93,000 dedicated school teachers. I think that's pretty incredible in 144 years. Now, also around this time, there's a man by the name of Uriah Smith. Now, Uriah Smith is kind of a unique man. He worked for the Review and Herald for almost 50 years, many of those as the editor of that paper. He was a writer of such books as Thoughts on Daniel, Thoughts on Revelation. He was also a published poet. His first published poem was 35,000 words. Wow. Yeah, you heard that correctly. It took James White 5 months to get it on the Review and Herald. That's what got him his job at the Review and Herald. Wow. But he was also an inventor. Because you see, when he was 12 years old, he had to have his left leg amputated. Now, back in those days, when they amputated their legs, all they gave them was a peg leg, a 2x4 to walk around on. It made it very hard for him to walk, and he could not kneel down and pray. Prayer is very important to Uriah Smith. So when he turned 30 years old in 1863, he decided he was going to get rid of that peg leg, and so he was the one that invented the first prosthetic leg with movable joints in 1863. Oh, wow. Now there's a huge need for that in 1863 too, because the Civil War is being fought. Many troops were coming home, needing artificial limbs, so he sold that patent. He built himself a house here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Well, later on in life, the automobile was just coming on the scene, and the automobile was scaring the horses. Uriah Smith should know he's one of the first people in Battle Creek to have an automobile. So he decided I'm going to build something to put on the front of the car so horses aren't scared. So what he did is he made a paper mache horse's head to put on the front of the vehicle. Because his thinking was that you put this thing on the car, your car would be going one direction, the horse would be coming the other direction, and the horse would not realize it wasn't another horse until it was too late to get scared. Well, he took this prototype, he took it down to an auto manufacturer in the state of Ohio. They put it on the front of a car. The car went down the assembly line, it drove out into the street, and he found out he should have invented the muffler. Because it wasn't the looks of the car that was scaring the horses back in those days, it was all the chitty chitty bang bang noise that they did. Unless you own a Ford Mustang, you only have a muffler on your car, you don't have a horse's head.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, thanks, that's wonderful students. We're going to go for recess and we're going to go to the Parkland Church.
Yay.